nice to talk to a talking head, wouldn't it?
It would be great.
Well, look, there's one right there. Get him! Hey, you! Chris Frantz, how are you?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
Doing well. We haven't seen you in about 3 years since we were in New York the last time.
Yeah, I guess we were doing something with the Heads then.
You were.
Right, that was when the No Talking Just Heads record came out.
Yeah.
And that was I guess that was the last thing that you guys put out, just the three of you?
Yes. We're working on Tina and I are working on a new Tom Tom Club album now.
Really?
You might remember the Tom Tom Club.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well,
Wow.
Steve probably just popped a wood right now in his car driving in. He's the retro boy. Tom Club.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, as a matter of fact, we're just rehearsing for a couple of shows out west over the Labor Day weekend.
Could that turn into something, more than just a couple of shows?
Well, it would be great if it did, but I think what we want to do is finish up this record we're working on and then do some shows in the spring. And it's going to take us a little while because, we're very meticulous.
So what do you do all day? I mean, are you working on music 24 hours? I mean, not 24 hours,
Well,
but every day, or are you just kind of enjoying life right now? Or
Well, both. We alternate between enjoying life and working on music, although, the two are really not mutually exclusive.
Right.
But we have a sailboat. This summer, Tina and I went sailing for
How big?
a few weeks. She's a sloop, 48 feet. Good
Wow,
size.
I didn't realize Tina was that big.
Stop it.
Oh, the boat is. I'm sorry. 48 size sloop, 4-foot size sloop. That is a nice size. What does it sleep? About 5-6 people?
6 people easily, yes.
Yeah. Where did you learn how to sail?
Well, I kind of learned from Tina's father, who's a retired admiral, and I grew up in Kentucky and Pennsylvania, so I didn't really have a lot of sailing in my background, but I'm kind of an advanced amateur, I guess you'd say.
Any seasickness problems in the household?
Not usually. It depends on the weather,
Right.
Chris, in the wake of all these reunions going on, any chance at all of any kind of Talking Heads reunion?
Well, wouldn't it be such a great thing if we did?
Yeah, I mean, really.
Seriously, everyone's doing it. It's the thing to do.
Yeah, I would love to do that, and I'm sure most of the band would, but we have our erstwhile lead singer is he looks down his nose at reunion.
Really?
When was the last time you talked to David Byrne?
The last time?
Yeah.
Well, he chooses to communicate by email these days, but the last time I actually spoke to him was, I guess, in June. We spoke.
Now, when you say he looks down at reunions, is that to imply that it's just the fact that he doesn't like reunions, or is the relationship not quite at the point where it would want to be, where you guys would reunite anyway?
Oh, I think it's a yes to both questions.
Okay,
that's too bad. That's a waste.
Where did that happen? What happened there? I don't mean to go over old news, but I mean we haven't talked in a long time.
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
the Tina and Jerry and myself were, I think stunned is a pretty good word when we to describe the feelings we had when we stopped working together.
Huh.
Because when you look at the movie Stop Making Sense, you'll see that, the band was, the performances of Talking Heads towards the end of our career were kind of like, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that they were almost like a religious experience. And I don't know, maybe David just converted to some other religion.
He left the building.
Was it towards the end? Was it so you're saying towards the end it was not like it wasn't getting any fun? I mean,
no, things were better than ever. But you know how some people kind of like the better things get, the grumpier they get,
and they start looking to see where the grass might be greener.
Yeah,
and it's too bad when it's the lead singer too, because it's kind of tough to do a reunion without him.
True.
You could, but it's just...
some bands can pull that off, but a guy like David...
You know what would be great is if the lead singer died. And then
it's okay.
Right.
Then everybody can remember how wonderful he was.
Chris Frantz.
We'll be sure to pass those salutations on to David.
Wow.
And of course, Jerry Harrison has gone on to be one of the producers extraordinaire of the past decade.
Yeah, Jerry has. He's just produced the new live album, which is supposed. You all might be getting some advance copies.
We have one song. We can't wait to get the full record, but Jerry's a great producer.
Yes.
The reason that we wanted to talk to you this morning is because we know that Stop Making Sense is actually being re-released.
Yes. After 15 years.
Wow, 15 years.
Yeah, isn't that something?
So he saw fit to approve that, I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah. In fact, I think David has never looked better than he does in Stop Making Sense.
That's interesting. It's an interesting point, though, kind of that Barnes is alluding to, because you would think if a person was that against the concept of reunions, and I'm guessing that stems from a feeling of not wanting to travel back and always move forward, then why re-release the movie?
I know. Some people are just contrary, I guess.
So what's new now? It's digitally remixed and remastered?
It's on DVD now, or it will be in October. It's going around to theaters at the moment. I guess it's probably in a theater in Atlanta.
Of course, directed by Jonathan Demme.
Directed by Jonathan Demme, although that's not new. He directed it back then, too.
Right.
And there's going to be a few songs on there's 7 songs on the CD that weren't on the original CD, because back when the original CD came out, it was... CDs were early on, and people hadn't figured out that you could put more on a CD than you could on a vinyl record.
Right.
So there's 7 songs on the CD that weren't on the original vinyl.
Excellent.
And there's also 3 songs plus the usual DVD commentary by the stars on the DVD.
They can cram so much stuff on those DVDs now.
Yeah. We weren't really crazy about the idea of adding any commentary to it, but then the people at Chris Blackwell's new company, Palm Pictures, that's releasing it, said, well, the people who buy DVDs really expect to have some additional commentary by the director and by the stars, so we cooperated with that.
Back in, I think it was 82, whatever year it was, maybe 82 or 83, the LA Times said the Talking Heads was the most influential band of the 80s. Actually, it was later than that if they were saying that. But my question to you is, at the time, did you guys feel that much different than everybody else? Did you feel like you were really breaking new ground? Or to you, was it just what came naturally and it was what you'd always done and it didn't seem...
we were always trying to break new ground, and I think sometimes we did succeed. Maybe not every single time, but that was the whole thing with Talking Heads. We, when we had one success, we'd always try to top it with a different type of, move in a different direction that hopefully would be a little bit unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we pretty much succeeded at that. I'm also aware of the fact that a lot of the kids growing up today have no idea who Talking Heads were.
Isn't that weird?
And so maybe it's a good time for this DVD to come out now, because we're kind of both revered and unknown at the same time.
It's kind of funny because when I think of you guys and Duran Duran, the one thing I see as a common thread is you look back at like the videos that you guys were doing back in the early 80s, and I think they hold up as well today to any of the stuff that's being put out today as they did back then, and the same with some of the early Duran Duran stuff. A lot of bands, when you look at their earlier work, it just seems so dated, and it just doesn't seem to work compared to today's stuff. But, you look at Stop Making Sense, and I'd hold it up to any concert film today.
We need a Behind the Music with Talking Heads.
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean you're over and done?
No, just that you had a very interesting story.
Actually, they did a great one with Debbie Harry, didn't they, with Blondie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they do that other show, Where Are They Now? And that kind of implies...
The
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I see the difference.
Behind the Music
cool.
is more of a historical look at the band.
Do you
Chris?
think David would agree to do something like that? Do you think he'd participate in a show? I mean, you can't think for him.
Well,
But
I'm sorry. Your guess is as good as mine on that one.
Wow.
Just send him an email and get back
yes,
to him.
yes, send him an email.
If you want to give out his email address, we'll email him.
Yeah.
All right, hey,
Yeah, I think it's David at totomundo.com.
Toto Mundo.
Yeah, that's his little company.
Well, Toto
Interesting.
Mundo means the whole world.
That's
yes,
nice.
exactly.
All righty.
Well, Chris, it was good talking to you again.
Good talking to you all.
We'll look
Good
for
luck.
Stop Making Sense.
Yeah, good luck with the release, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for calling.
Tell
Good
Tina
to
we
talk
said
to
hello.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.